Okay. Nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous.
Where's the nerve come? What's the nerve?
I don't know, man. I'm in the room and I'm trying to what did I do wrong? I'm just thinking. I don't know.
Maybe this was something you were just maybe not quite you haven't really conceptualized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one-on-one kind of supervision consultation time, that's a very standard thing for the CBE process. So we're gonna do this weekly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, this is stuff actually I prefer the most.
Okay.
I mean, I like doing classroom teaching.
Yeah.
I like engaging with, didactics and concepts because I've been doing this forever. But it's the one-on-one stuff that I really love. I don't know. That's me. But so I hope you can feel comfortable with me.
Yeah. I'd be comfortable. It's
Yeah.
like my initial was like, did I be okay?
Yeah,
okay.
no, I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. It's natural. Plus, we are really just starting to get to know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really know me, and I don't really know you. So I was thinking because we kind of outlined a little bit like the parameters in the class back there. So yeah, really, this time together is designed and structured for you. Okay, like maybe what are you experiencing on the floors? What are you experiencing personally? If you feel comfortable. We'll have process reflections. There's things we'll be writing up weekly. Our goals, your goals. Actually, I brought the goals with me.
Okay.
If there's something we want to go over with that today, we can do that. Yeah, so the time is yours, okay? I've done a lot of preceptoring, mentoring, chaplains before. So I'm very big on just kind of dialoguing and seeing just how you're doing, and yeah. So again, let me just ask, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to observe so many people so I can make sure I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I observed Bob. I observed. I forgot her name already. I'm not good with people's names, spaces.
Is it Andrea?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm good with Lorraine.
Yeah.
I met her.
Okay.
But the other two, I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
So Bob.
Bob is the one I met, and Ken.
Oh, you met Ken.
I met Ken too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a little personality.
Yeah. Yeah. He talk loud.
He does.
Yeah. So.
I was his mentor. He went through the process.
His mentor was good.
No, I was his mentor.
Oh.
I was his CP mentor.
Oh, you were. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm very familiar with Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I worked at Kenmore for 8 years. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, I was at Kenmore for 8 years as a chaplain.
Okay.
So I know Kenmore really well. I love Kenmore.
Okay.
It's a really good hospital.
It is a nice
It's
hospital.
a very small. It's a nice kind of smaller community hospital where there's just enough going on. You have a nice CU, you got an ED, you get your medical units. There's enough going on where it's not, nothing, but it's not as big and overwhelming as South Buffalo Mercy or one of the bigger hospitals.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the floors though. They showed me around, but then again I'm looking at the signs I'm there's west side and east and the ICU and
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to learn it.
I always say if you can get to the bridge.
Yeah, I've been on the bridge and I'm just looking.
It's a good kind of reset for your orientation because that's the center of the hospital.
Yeah.
And so if you go to your right, you're on the east, right 2 east or 3 east above,
Mm-hmm.
and the MRU. You go to your left, and then you go around to where 2 west is and 2 south and things like that.
Yeah, I'm still learning it.
You'll learn it. You'll
Yeah.
get there. Yeah, it does take time. Yeah, I would say that's one of those things, right? It takes time to get acclimated to a place and get settled. And so anyway, yeah. Okay, so you've observed Lorraine a little bit.
No,
Okay.
not that much. She just gave me a little tour.
Okay.
She has an appointment, and then I think she was on vacation,
Okay.
so that's why I haven't observed Lorraine at all.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just the other ones I did.
Okay. So she'll be there on Friday.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I know she supposed to come in yesterday, but she didn't show up yesterday. I don't know
Okay.
on the schedule, so I'll just shot it with Bob and Ken.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure what her schedule is.
I don't know either,
So, okay.
because I was thinking about Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
if I can, because I know he said he used to work here, and see if I could shadow with him to get another opportunity
Mm-hmm.
with one of the clients.
With one of the chaplains?
Yes, well, as him, a chaplain, seeing a client, if he can see a client in his hospital. You know what I'm talking about?
No, maybe, I'm so sorry, please.
So,
Please
because I was discussing with him about the situation,
Yeah.
and then he said that maybe he can, I could shout with him to see one of the patients.
Oh, shadow with Lauren.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Usually we like to try to keep the interns specific to their sites.
Right.
So, maybe this week has just been kind of like, it was, because if you look at it, it was kind of an awkward week, right? It was Memorial Day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your first day was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Your first clinical day was Memorial Day. And naturally, like, chaplains, like everybody else, takes Memorial Day off.
Yeah.
So, and again, so I know Lorraine has family out of state, so sometimes like she travels. So I hope you guys can kind of start to establish a rhythm, real soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact you had some people to take care of you. I think
Mm-hmm.
Brother Felipe, who's the mission VP over there, is probably aware of what Lorraine's schedule is.
Yeah.
So she want to make sure at least you're taken care of for these first few days.
Yeah.
Because there's always somebody there.
Yeah.
Did you meet Eddie yet?
No, on vacation.
You know, okay, yeah. So again, so perhaps maybe like this week's just one of those kind of awkward kind of transition weeks. But I feel like you were going to bring something up to me in class about shadowing. Was that what it was?
Yes, that, and try to do a verbatim, because I know it's due on the 2nd of June. I'm like, I haven't like stepped on the floor yet. Because I was just engaging, just saying hi and introduce myself, but I haven't like engaged with the patient because I was with Bob and Ken.
Okay.
They were doing all the most of the engaging.
Okay, so you haven't actually been able to actually do a visit yet?
No.
Like have you initiated a visit yet?
No. I was like just shadowing and decide, because they introduced me as a chaplain, but I just say hi and that was it.
Okay. Yeah, so let's, I think this is really important, right? So let's talk about getting you into a room on Friday, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach out, help you out a little bit. I'll reach out to Lorraine and Brother Felipe, just kind of just give just a little intervention. Say, hey, Pogo has her first verbatim due on the 2nd, which is this coming Tuesday, and it would benefit her to be able to have some visits on her own. And I think that's actually your first, like if it's like your first 1 or 2 visits to do a verbatim on it, that's a good thing actually.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you're gonna feel all the nerves.
Yeah, I'm like, it's gonna be too short. Like,
no, don't worry about it.
Okay, because I don't even know the history and nothing like.
Try, you know what? Like this is all part of the learning, right?
Okay.
Is that like, you know what? You're in a safe kind of learning space, and we're gonna work with you.
Okay.
I want to work with you. I'm here to help you.
Okay.
Okay. I love being a chaplain. That's one of the things that like I've been doing this for years, and you know what I mean. I want to help you. Okay, because I want to see other people who want to be chaplains kind of become that. You know. So okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will help you out. I'll kind of just kind of do a little intervention and say, hey, make sure she gets some visits on her own, whether she's being observed or on her own. Okay, I'll let them know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Again, here's another possibility too. Say like you're having a visit and it's like it's more of an observed visit with you and Lorraine, and you feel like, hey, there's something that came up I'd be really interested in learning about, use that. Okay? There's no rule saying you can't use it as like, when you were kind of in an observing visit in an observing role, that you can't use that as well.
Okay.
Okay? Because it's all learning. It's all learning. And the more you do these verbatims, the more you kind of understand the rhythm, so that the next time you have to present your verbatim, I think you have 4 of them this unit, you'll be like, okay, I did my first one, now I'm gonna do the second one. This one here actually really will apply more to me because I've been really engaging in this and learning over the unit. Okay?
Yeah. That was my concern, because I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
My verbatim, my first one is like.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, you could have had a visit with Ken or Bob or Andrea and said like, hey, there was this something that came up, and because the motive, right? The motive is like being able to learn, to gain something, right? To glean something about yourself and to glean something about the situation that you're, been presented with, right? So yeah, it's all learning.
So, okay.
It's all learning, all experiential learning, right? It's just immersion.
Yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, when I was observing Bob, he was like more like a touchy person. He was like, "Oh, is everything gonna be okay?" Like he was saying something like that, and I'm like, that's one of my goals of trying to respect the boundary of touching, like
Yeah, boundaries, touching. That's a big one.
Yeah, but he said he used, he do it all the time. So, well, not all the time, but he just do it with his need and.
Yeah, I experience you as a very warm person, and somebody who just naturally exudes kind of that like care and affection. I mean, heck, the first time you walked into the room, you gave me a hug.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're hugging. And it's funny because I'm not gonna say I'm the opposite of that, but I'm a little more measured in like my the whole expressing through touch, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to work on it. Like that's a boundary thing because for other people that may not be, so don't touch me. Right? There's cultural stuff too, right? Like there's people who like touch is a big no-no. So I think that's a good learning goal for you. You want to block the camera? That's good. But yeah, be mindful of boundaries specifically when it comes. You wrote, I want to be mindful of boundaries specifically when it comes to church, right?
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Their faith, their when they are
I'm trying to remember when we were huddling together.
Yeah.
I almost want to say like especially when it comes to touch. Is that touch?
Church.
You wrote church. Did you mean
With
touch?
touch. I meant to say touch.
Maybe you meant touch.
It's touch. Yeah.
Touch. Okay.
Touch.
Okay. And that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So be mindful of boundaries specifically when it comes to touch.
I don't know why I say church. Yeah, it's touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's touch. It's not church.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a really good learning goal for you, and I think it's an excellent thing that you're aware of it now. Excellent thing, because going forward, these are things that like you can be more aware of in yourself when you enter into a situation. I give you I'll give you a couple examples if you want from like my own time as a chaplain. There are times where like sometimes it just kind of comes naturally and you feel like intuitively like, oh, I'm gonna put my hand on their hand, and sometimes I have to kind of stop myself and I have to say like, hey, is it okay if like, maybe I just put my hand on your hand? You seem really upset. And a lot of times they'll say yes or they'll say no. You know what I mean? It really just depends on the person. They'll say okay. Before we pray, like I'll ask, can I take your hand before we pray? And they'll say yes or they'll say no. And then there's times where someone's just crying in the corner, and you just kind of feel like, oh, I just want to comfort them, right? I just want to rub their back or like put my hand on their shoulder. There are times where I've done both, where it's like I'll ask, because some people just don't want unsolicited touch. And then there are times where like I just kind of feel like naturally like maybe what they need is just, hey,
Yeah, like that, like a little tap. That's
hey.
what touch.
And it's been received relatively okay.
Okay.
I mean, but I think for each person it's different. I think if you can err always on the side of just kind of awareness of the situation and meet people at kind of eye level, you know what I mean, and make eye contact, like, you know what I mean, start there, right, and keep a calm, measured voice. You know, like I'm here for you. You know, as I was sharing the story, right,
Yeah.
with the mom. I don't think I held her hand or put my arm around her or anything like that until like somewhere later down the line when she reached out her hand to me and I held it. You know what I mean? So sometimes I just wait. So I would say just use your best judgment and often like kind of err on the side of like ask. You know what I mean? Yeah, just ask. Okay. Especially when you're doing some of those like routine visits, you're just kind of visiting somebody, some nice cute old lady in a bed, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, always just ask. I think that's always the safest way. But I think that's very good that you know that already. Mm-hmm. So what I would encourage you to do with these goals, write them down, and then I like to be able to measure goals by showing like how I'm going to demonstrate that. So if you take some time in this next week, break down these 3 goals. I'm sure you wrote them down in your notebook. I remember seeing that. Maybe come up with some bullet points of like how you want to accomplish these goals this unit, and then how can I be helpful to you and keep you accountable, things like that. Yeah. Okay.
I can show you too. Once I can write it down, and I have the time when doing overnights and like that. Pay attention and just focus. And I write it in a Word document. And then I can just show it to you.
Okay. The other one was I want to learn about faith traditions and offer spiritual care. I think that was one of the ones we were talking about because last week's conversation or Tuesday's conversation was kind of around kind of interfaith spiritual care, right?
Yeah, I'm not aware of a lot of religion except for Baptist.
Right.
So I'm trying to learn different.
Yeah. How does that feel for you? Like, you're Baptist. Is that okay if I ask you this? Like,
Yeah.
How does that feel for you? You're Baptist. I'm sure you feel pretty strong in your faith and your convictions. How does this feel to you to do a ministry that is not as evangelical, as I guess Christian focused at times? Like, how does that feel to you?
It's different.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Yeah.
But it's a learning tool that I need to be aware of, especially if I can use that skill to go to the Navy.
Okay, that's right. You're thinking about being Navy chaplain. That's right. Okay. Yeah. In hospitals, right? It's we are a Catholic faith-based institution, so we value spiritual care, right? But we realize, right, spiritual doesn't just mean like Christian care, right? It doesn't just mean Protestant care or Catholic care, right? It's or Baptist care. It's spiritual, right? It's like this multi-faith kind of multi-personal experience, right? Like different cultures come through these doors, all our doors, all the time, and to be able to meet them, I think what we said in their meeting space, right? That's a big part of what the chaplains do. So, yeah. So again, maybe think about your learning goal, wanting to learn more about faith traditions and offer spiritual care. Maybe think about create some like bullet points. Think about how you want to measure that goal. Do you have any thoughts right now?
Read materials. Just read about different faith and what they call core belief would be.
Yeah.
You have to take some time, try to understand it in different.
That's okay.
That's all I got from right now.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, do your own kind of self-study, read. You know what I mean? There's some really good articles. There's good books that are out there. But on a maybe even a more kind of like practical level for you in terms of your day to day, be intentional when you see somebody who's not of your faith tradition, right? You know, when I see a Muslim patient, I want to be intentional about going into that room, introducing myself as the chaplain, and engaging with them in a conversation. So that could be something that you could use as kind of like your like a bullet point. Right? I want to have, you know, I don't know if you want to say like I want to have this number, a specific number, but like, you know, identifying people of a different faith and having a conversation with them, and then see how I can offer spiritual care for them. Because it happens all the time, right? You know, you'll meet people who are of different faith traditions, and when you meet them in their kind of meeting making center and you find out what's important to them, then you can begin to kind of facilitate, like, is there like, you know, sacred text stuff that you need, or prayer stuff that you need? Is there, did somebody reach out to somebody from your community, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's a good way to kind of integrate the, like, you know, checking in and seeing how they're coping, how they're doing, but also like integrate the things that actually mean something to them. Because you're taking the time, right? And you're being curious, you're being humble, you know, all these different things. So yeah. So maybe try to give that a little more thought too. I think again, a really good learning goal, especially for your first unit.
Yeah.
Right. Boundaries, faith traditions, learning other faith traditions, and then the other one was
being present with those who are dealing with pain by being aware of my emotional feelings.
Okay.
Because I told you that the person in pain may be tearing out, and I may be tearing because I could relate what's going on with them. But I also want to be mindful, because I don't want to be like, not saying I'm gonna be like crying all over, but just to be mindful of.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good one too. So for you, again, like that actually ties really well into your boundaries thing as well. Because a big part of CP, right, is knowing yourself. You know, we're gonna work on just knowing yourself in these situations, and I think that's really important. Being present with those who are dealing with pain, and being aware of my emotions and feelings. Okay. So again, let's maybe try to think of. Can you think of some bullet points? How you might want to accomplish that?
I could track my feelings, my emotional feelings. Every time I'm in encounter with a client, I can journal it. How I feel about with each client. I'm sorry, patient. I'd be saying client to my job.
You're going to use these interchangeably. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. When you chart it, just write patient. Right?
Yeah. And then I could do a scale from 1 to 5 before I go in there, and then how I feel after. So I could do some bullet points on that too, and I'll just show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd love to kind of see you work through these a little more, and then just kind of flesh out like how you hope to accomplish this over the year. And then again, part of my job will be helping you accomplish your goals. Okay. It's important to me. It's important to you. It's important to me. But yeah, no, these are good. This is a good start, especially for someone yourself who's in your first unit and just learning. So learning goals. We're gonna block ourselves. I like being mindful of our time together. I think we have to about 11:30, so we have about another 12 minutes or so. Okay. So Coco, is there anything you wanted to talk about, like something on your mind, or kind of just something pressing?
I'm trying to figure out how to do activities like exercise I love working out.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to, because I'm here and I'm at my overnight, so it's like I'm trying to be mindful in between, and also trying to sleep and all that stuff. And
Yeah, you're pulling off quite a feat here.
yeah,
How are you like? How are you balancing that? I'm just curious to know.
the man above.
Yeah.
He gave me strength because I was asked for strength. He gave me too.
Yeah. So, because you work like a full-time shift, like overnight, right? So what time? What can you give me just a sense of your hours so I get a sense of what?
So the new shift, because I told him that it's important. Me, CPE is important with me. So I said I needed to get off at 7, not 10:30, not 7:30. So I used to work 11 to 7:30, but they switched it to 10:30 to 7, so I could leave at exactly at 7. But you get people like to scroll around like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes later. Then I'm looking at them like, okay, I have to be somewhere at 8. If I get off work at 7, I can be able to be mindful and take a 15, 20-minute walk, then come here. It's part of my exercise, but if you're showing up at 7:15, 7:30, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So you're working from 10:30 at night to 7 in the morning, and then you are going either here for class or you're going to Kenmore for your clinicals.
Yes.
And you work 12. You work 8 to 4.
Yeah.
That leaves. I'm just doing my math. That leaves around like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So are you working, is this every day or?
No, it is from Monday through, I'm off on Friday and Saturday. So I could catch up with my sleep and all that stuff, like working out and all that, but.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but and Sunday that's my church time between me and the Lord. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So I want you to be mindful of that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure you're already mindful of it. I'm sure you physically feel it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you just exude energy in a way that most people don't. But like, I wouldn't even know you came off a full work shift.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know it. I'm sure you feel it. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's important. Like, I want you to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
I remember when we interviewed you, that was one of my concerns.
Yeah.
I was thinking about was like, how is she going to pull this feat off, right, over the next 10 weeks? And maybe part of doing it in the summer is that it's only a truncated unit. It's a shorter unit.
It's a short unit. Yeah.
So in a way, you've kind of psychologically built yourself up for it.
Mm-hmm. Confirmation. I psychologically built myself up for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So being mindful of that, being mindful of your sleep, your exercising habits, you have to be very intentional right now.
Yeah.
Huh? Who looks after the dogs? Like, what's up with that? Because I know you got 2 dogs.
My dear friend, she's looking after it.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a key for her so she can just go in and out and just check on them.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are already crate trained and
Yeah.
I train them and everything, so they know what to do.
Sure. I got dogs too. I think I told you that, and they're great. They're good for stretches, but obviously at some point they gotta go out and
Yeah.
eat and whatever. So.
Well, they have a training potty green fake grass, whatever, that I have that's large enough for them to use it, and I just pick up when I come home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they have that, and I train them with that too.
Oh, okay.
So they're good. They're not gonna like hold a pee for 20 hours. No, they're not doing that. They
Okay.
have it right there.
Okay, so they know what to do.
Yep.
I know that exists.
It does.
Yeah, ours are more like outdoors. We know that we can leave them alone for around 7 or 8 hours. You know what I mean? They're fine.
Yeah.
10 even, but
Yeah.
if we're really stretched at work or whatever. So okay. Yeah. What kind of support system do you have for yourself? Like, so you said you have a dear friend who's looking after the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have family? I don't need to be too personal. Significant other, anybody like that?
I have a significant other.
Okay.
I have him.
Okay.
But we long distance.
Okay.
So he check on me every day.
Okay.
I call her my god sister.
Mhm.
but she's in surgery. Well, she had surgery. She had surgery needs, so she's trying to check on me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have a good support system in place?
In the Lord.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
He's always there. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You go to church every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sometimes do two services.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're very committed to your faith. I can tell, and that's that'll be a big part of your, it's a big part of your identity, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
so, yeah. And now you're still in seminary. Are you still in seminary?
Yes.
Are you off for the summer? I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
They try to get me to. Oh yeah, you want to take a summer class? Absolutely not. I'm good.
You should get credit for this, though, right?
Yes.
I did. Yeah, I did my residency while I was in my seminary class. Are you doing the MDiv?
Yes.
You're doing the MDiv program. Okay. How far along are you?
December and I'll be done.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, God bless you. That's awesome. That'll set you up real good.
Yeah.
Or have you thought about applying for the military soon, or?
Yeah. Lorraine gonna help me with that.
Uh-huh.
She said she knows people.
Yeah, actually, one of our chaplains, he's a Buddhist chaplain. He actually, similar deal actually. He's been taking CPE, like once a year for the last couple of years, and he has finished his master's. He finished his master's of divinity because he needed an MDiv, and he's a Navy chaplain.
Okay.
Maybe I can get you in contact with him too, because he knows that process, because he's literally just going through it or completing it. So he's a really nice guy, really good resource. I'll reach out to him, see if he'd be amenable to reaching out to you, vice versa.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I got to keep my own notes. I'm making all these promises. Oh wow! I don't want to forget them. For you, Coco. Thanks.
There you go.
Just gonna grab one piece of paper.
I don't care.
I love these Sharpie
Yes.
pens. They're one of my favorites. His name is Kanjan. And Maureen and those are two things I want to make sure I do.
Yep.
So, now, so you're almost done with your MDiv. And how long have you been doing the counseling, like the mental health counseling?
9 years.
Okay. And do you have like a master's in counseling, or what's your?
Bachelor in sociology.
Okay.
And Master of Student Affairs in Higher Education.
Oh, higher education master's then. Okay. Oh. So you've done a lot of schooling here, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, see, there's actually part of, like, I was thinking about, like, I read through your material. I remember reading your stuff, but I was like, yeah, I just want to know Coco a little more. Kind of get a chance to, like, hear a little about more of her story. So, yeah, please, if there's something like you feel like or something that, if it's okay with you, if I can always ask just a little more about your story throughout our time together, so I can understand you a little better.
That's fine.
That's part of my goal too. Is just,
I'm an open book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like engaging and I like having these conversations.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want you to ever use this space as an opportunity that, like, when you're going through something, like at within the chaplaincy realm, maybe in the counseling realm, if you feel comfortable, things that are happening at home, like you feel like those things are important and that's affecting you, like, please, feel free to share if you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, we got the goals and we got process reflections and we got things that we can work on together. And if, like, when I was talking about earlier with the charting stuff, if you want to go through some charting stuff, we can do that always.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to walk you through that.
Because I do want to learn it so I can do it the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think again, if we can provide those things for you, help you with this next 10-week process.
Yeah. And then I think you had to say the editor. I do have an editor. Oh, I have someone to, like, look over my paperwork and stuff. Like, because I know grammar is important.
Mhm.
I'd be having issue with the past tense and present tense. So I have someone to like look over, like a writer tutor.
Oh, are you talking about like with the verbatims and stuff?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can send that stuff to me. I'd be
Okay.
happy to help you out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that, because I use Grammarly a lot from the school, so.
Yeah, I was using Grammarly when I took a certificate course a couple years back, and they offered that as part of the program. So
Mhm.
I use Grammarly. At work, I use a lot of the Copilot stuff, the Microsoft Copilot,
Okay.
for like spell checks and fixing punctuation and
Yeah.
things like that. There's a lot of like resources that are available that you can use. I will strongly discourage using AI to write your papers.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that. But like, if there's tools that can help you, like, hey, can you help me fix this sentence? I throw it into Copilot all the time, and they're really helpful.
Okay.
It's a tool. Use it as a tool.
Okay.
But
Yeah, because I use a lot of Word document.
Yeah.
Write my paper. Like with my progress note, I write my Word document, and then it sound good, then I just copy and paste it to the legal document. I'm not sure that will work with you guys. Like once you write out, you have to write out right then and there. So that it's like using, because I use Word document all the time.
You can cut and paste. It does do some spell checking. So like if you misspell a word, like say you're just typing really fast, and the word always jumps to me is appreciate for some reason. Like I can never spell appreciate right, and it'll have like a red squiggle line underneath, and I'll be like, oh, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? You can fix it, but it doesn't check like punctuation, things like that. So if you feel like there's a sentence again that you want to put in a document, you can always maybe write it out in Word first, make sure that it fits grammatically, and you can copy it into there.
Okay.
Yeah, but generally we discourage people having pre-written notes and then like cut and paste and throw it in. Yeah, we discourage that.
Oh no. Say that if I was.
I know that's not what you saying you would do.
No, like if I meet with a client, whatever, and I just want to like use, because I always use Word document when I at my job I use Word document first, and just like to make sure everything is good, and then I just cut and paste on the same day. Like I don't pre-write anything. I just do it on the same day.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's fine, just as long as you're like as long as you're discarding it after when you're done.
Yeah.
It's all encrypted, it's all secured. That's why they moved actually to the web-based OneDrive, Microsoft 365 or whatever it is. It's all it's much more secured. So emails and documents are more secured because of that. But I always, unless it's like as needed, like I usually just get rid of anything with any patient information as soon as I'm done with it. So anyway, all right. Well, I think we're right about at our time boundary for today.
Good.
How was it?
Good.
Yeah.
I got comfortable all of a sudden. You see, I just put myself down like, okay, we good.
Feel a little more at ease, I hope.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really valued this. This was important to me when I was going through this process. So I hope you can get find similar value in it. Okay. So like I said, I'm here for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Coco. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you have any questions or specifically like things you're writing and you want me to take a look at it, send me an email. I'll respond as quick as I can.
Okay.
Okay.